I came across a few years ago this curve called Ebbinghaus curve. The hypothesis was the decline in memory relative to time. That means simply the information is lost over time, especially if there is no attempt to retain it. And that's really a natural pattern of forgetting information. So the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve simply stipulates that our memory, our retention in percentage into the y-axis, as you can see, versus the x-axis where the elapsed time since learning. So generally we forget about 60% of what we have learned within the first 20 minutes. And more than half of memory loss that occur is usually happen within the first hour. So the first hour is really critical for retention purposes. And most of the material that we have learned will be forgotten is usually done within the first 8 hours, not even a day. 8 hours you already forgot most of the material. So assuming you are in sales and you made a presentation, just want to give you some information here that will help you to think about it. It will jolt your memory, how our memory works really. So you think you made a great presentation, the customer remember it 100%. So right after your presentation, just after 1 hour, most people will only remember 48% of the information you presented. Within 1 day, most customers will recall only 33% of the information you presented. In other words, almost 67% is already gone. You can't recall it. Within 1 day only. Within 6 days, most customers will only remember 25% of the information presented. So within 1 week, they hardly remember what you talked about. Within a month, 31 days, most customers will recall only 21%, if you're lucky, of the information presented. And that depends on their quality of their memories. Now, when we learn stuff like you go through training, we forget about 60% of what we just learned within 20 minutes. I mean, within 20 minutes, you probably stayed within, just left the class, you already forgot 60% of the material that was just taught to you. Within 8 hours, you will only recall about 44% of the information you just learned, and you will forget 52% we learned within 1 hour. Imagine, 52% within an hour is already gone, disappearing out of your memory. Within 2 days, you will only recall about 22% of the information you learned. It's incredible how much we forgot and how fast we forgot. But yet we believe that we have good memory, we learn everything, and we retain everything. So I think about a statement when you speak to the customer, you always say, Mr. Customer, science have indicated that you will forget 75% of what we talk about within 24 hours. Sometimes it might be amazed, look at you like curious, what are you saying? I'm going to forget 75% what you say. Can prove they scientifically have been proven. When someone tell you they're going to think about it, remind them that actually 75% of what you speak about will be completely forgotten the next day. It's just something maybe you want to bring out there. Within 30 days, the customer will only recall about 10% of the conversation. In other words, 90% of it will be gone. You're lucky even if they remember your name. So leave your customer 3 things valuable to them. Always try to do this. If you leave them with 3 things, they will be able to remember 3 things. They're not going to remember everything else that you say. Because our brain forget things, and that's our weakness as a human being. When you start with a presentation, your focus should be to let the customer remember 3 quantifiable things that matters to them. That's all you think about. What are the few 3 things after the presentation I have to ensure the customer remember? These 3 things, they must be valuable to the customer. So think about something extremely valuable. The second thing, lack of implementation have to be painful to the customer. In other words, if you don't go for this business solution, if you don't acquire the product, here is what happened. It could be a loss of financial, it could be the fact you're going to lose customers, something that is painful. So you want to make sure of that. And third thing, these few things that you say, they have to be really easy to remember. If you don't, customer is simply not going to remember. So make sure at least 2 things are remembered by the customer. That when you get back, just remind them about the 2 or 3 things that you just stated to them that are really valuable. So this value have to achieve a combination of the following. For example, you have to increase revenue for the customer, or maybe they need to decrease costs. That is incredibly important to the customer. So help me make money or help me not lose money is very important. I will remember that. Or help me maybe acquire more, market share. Help me expand my business. If you manage to do that well, your customer will remember your presentation and probably buy from you, because you won't remember everything you say, but remember 1 or 2 things. He's going to help me make money. He's going to help me, for example, not lose money, and they're going to help me expand my business. If you can do that, then you're probably going to win.